In this video, I would like to review how to prepare for the quarterly work plans, what documents have to be updated, and actually what does it mean quarterly work plans right now for the Community Ambassador Program. Because we moved to the CAP dashboard, everything lives on a dashboard right now. And every team has daily guidelines, 2-week schedule, and zone maps. Daily guidelines, it's an Excel document what is shared live and anyone can view. Team leads and the backup team leads have access to edit it at any point. Also, we have work zones maps. And this is the Google Maps, what can be updated by team leads. Each team lead has access to Google Maps to edit it. In case team leads forget how to access it, you will have to reshare it, and I will just show it in a minute how to do that. And on the pages, when we have work maps for all the teams, there's also lists for the hotspots underneath each zone. So how do we get all that information? Most of that, it's a Google Documents what live on our Google Drive. To get there, you go to Community Ambassadors Google Drive, CAP Dashboard, Teams. This is the list of all the documents that are shared right now. We have hotspots, we have team goals, work zones, operating hours, daily guidelines, list of the programs and organizations ambassadors are supporting. Before working with the team leads and in preparations for the quarterly updates, I would suggest to work with the checklist. Checklist consists with small table for each team with the list of items what has to be updated. Necessary updates I think should be done, and status. Remember, and management team and team leads can update this document. Everyone has access. It is shared with all the team leads and some backup team leads who can actually do work with those documents, who is trained to work on them. So let's see. For currently, since we are preparing for the spring, mid-market list of the hotspots is done, schedule work hours is done, list of programs and organizations mid-market is supporting. I think what Rodrigo has to add partners and delete organizations we're not supporting currently anymore, because sometimes our list can be too long, and this is the information what we are copying and pasting to daily logs system 2. Team goals targets is done. Google zone maps almost done. The zones itself are done, and Rodrigo is currently working on naming all the hotspots and the partners his team is supporting. Daily guidelines are done. There is nothing to do. Everything is updated. Everything is formatting. Chinatown, for example, needs some formatting, but otherwise they are done. So let's review actually all those documents. And we will start with the operating hours. This is a simple list of all the teams and how many shifts they have, if they have 8-hour day or 6-hour day, This is up to them, and that's mainly just a copy paste on a dashboard and for our own records. And that's it. We do not share this list with any partners, anyone else. All that lives on a dashboard. Next document is team goals. This information is updated every quarter based on what is happening in their work area, because sometimes in winter there's gonna be more merchant visits and maybe even escorts for Bayview, what for the Chinatown. And some teams will do less program support, more wellness checks or 311 calls. And based on that information, this is how we calculate if the team is reaching their goals as the team, and if each person is reaching the targets of the daily activities and the items they're supposed to do on a weekly, on a monthly basis. This information is also used for the annual appraisal reports, what are put together by all the management team. Alright. Next document is hotspots. This is a combined document. Again, it's shared with all the team leads and the backup team leads. This is where they can update the list of the hotspots they have. This list is used to update daily logs on a quarterly basis if they have new hotspots, and to update the dashboard itself, to update this list, this one. So to update this list, you will have to go to the dashboard folder and click over here, dashboard, and you will end up on the home page. Remember, because dashboard belongs to the community ambassador account, if you go to through Google Drive for community ambassadors, it will log in automatically under community ambassadors account, and you will be able to edit. And now I'm moving to the zones, and I'm switching back to the regular view. I see a menu pop-ups here for edits, and now I can edit. So what I would do, I would go to update list of the hotspots. I would actually just copy it here, go to dashboard, paste it, do any edits what are necessary for the formatting. I close it, and now I have to click on publish. If you make edits and do not click on publish, everything you edit in a Word or text files, it's not gonna go public and ambassadors will not be able to see. Remember, those zones, it's a Google map, so it's updating automatically when team leads are working on the maps end. And the daily guidelines are updated automatically when team leads actually working on the document itself. So you don't have to do anything on the dashboard. The only thing you will have to do anything when this area has to be updated. So we reviewed hotspots, now daily guidelines. This is Excel document. Each team has its own document with several tabs for each zone. And this is the activities teams have to do on an hourly basis. Not all the activities follow up every single day, but that's the general guidelines on what team need to focus on a daily basis. And let's say we have new ambassadors coming on board in certain teams. This information is shared to them through the dashboard, and this is what they can follow. We do not print anything, and they do not carry anything as the hard copies because they can see all that information. Actually, here, let's scroll down a little bit and go back to the daily guidelines. You see, all that information is here for all the zones. And they can read it, scroll down, up and down. That's the documents would have to be updated. If team leads have hard time to access them, just make sure to share it again. Even I do see Horepa here in Oscar, but Horepa would say what she lost for access. I would just type her name, make sure she's the editor, and I send it. That's it. Do not share and do not give any permission to edit anyone else in a team except team lead and the backup team lead. That's the only people who can edit those documents. Now, let's actually look at the work zones, how we can help team leads to edit them. I'm going back to the dashboard, Google Drive, dashboard folder, maps. Now, click on the menu, go to your places, maps. Here are the maps for all the teams and escorts or other information what we have. Let's see, let's look at the escort zone for the mission team. This is what has to be updated. You see, I am clicking right now and there is nothing I can do. I can see, but I cannot do anything. It's because I have to click on open in my maps. As soon as I click on open on my maps, second tab open, and now we can actually edit it. You see, by clicking on this dot, I can drag and change or actually go back. And I believe this is a hotspot. How to add a hotspot? Click here on add marker, and we're going to add it here. Name it. Hotspot. Actually put the name of the hotspot, what you have on your list on the dashboard for this team. Now click on style, and here we can change form and color. Our hotspot should be a star in a red color. And close. It will take a minute or two for those changes to appear on the dashboard, and it will take another 15 to 20 minutes for those changes to change shape or color. I don't know why, but actually to appear with any updates, it's happening right away. But to change color and shape, it takes a couple minutes. You see, our new hotspot is here, but it did not change the color. or the shape yet. But in 10 minutes or so, it will change the shape and color. Okay, after working with that, now let's go back to our hotspot. Now we have to go back to our daily logs and let's open Bayview. This is the actual questionnaire form, actually daily log. We are scrolling down. We need to find our hotspots. There. This is the Zone 1 hotspots. Let's go here. Okay, here's our Bayview. Zone 1. I'm highlighting. I'm copying. And it's easier and safer to delete everything and to click paste. That way you will have the same number and they will be in the same order but in the other lists. And here, if you edit daily logs, any changes saves automatically in a second or so. And you can see it says all changes are saved in the drive. That's it. The daily logs hotspots are updated too. That way, now we're done with all the updates for the quarterly work maps. But remember, first, check on the checklist, make a list of what needs to be updated, do check-ins with each team separately, reshare all the documents. If you have to sit down with each team lead to work on the work zones, and if you have to reshare it, share like here, share, and this is mission. I want Drive sharing, so they will have access to their Google Drive. Type their name or their email. I want Olga to be editor and click send. Now Olga has access to this map for sure. If I have to, then I will share it again. But each team lead has to have access, that way they can edit it and there is no need to print anything and it goes live to the dashboard. After team leads make all their updates and it's finalized, all the hotspots are finalized, you make final updates on the dashboard and the daily logs. After that, don't forget to help team leads to schedule actually the day, preferably a team meeting, just their individual team meeting when the team leads are presenting updates. Sometimes because team leads working so hard and we remind them several times a week, they are forgetting to present it. Let's say we just made some edits to the Bayview team into Zone 1, and I know because we had to check in with the Bayview team, with the team lead and the backup team lead. Team lead actually explained the changes to the backup team lead, but did not make the presentation to the entire team yet. So only 2 members of the entire team knows of the changes. And if team lead doesn't make that presentation and doesn't go through any changes, other members of the team maybe not be aware of new partners, new hotspots, or new areas have to be covered on a daily basis. Or maybe there is a changes of how many daily logs they have to do. Because sometimes in the summer or in the winter they increase or decrease the number, and it can affect how many interactions actually ambassadors are doing. So the final step is to make presentations for each team separately. That way everyone knows their work areas and the daily guidelines, what they have to do. And that conducts quarterly updates.